Okay, so now we're going to talk about smart objects. What is a smart object? Well, okay, let's say I want to bring an image in. I've got this professional image that I've just bought. Now I'm going to import it into my Photoshop document. So here it is. What? That's huge. Oh my gosh. Oops, let's see. That is a gigantic image. That is a huge woman. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to grab this image. I'm going to make a copy just to, keep this here. I'm going to click on this image. I'm going to hit Control T for transform. And I'm going to go way back and see how gigantic this image is. Oh my goodness. Now it's awesome to have great big graphics like this because it means you're going to have incredibly high resolution to work with. And you can just keep going down and down and down. Okay, so let's make this small. Transform, there you go. Now, okay, here we go. Here is our girl. Great. Now, okay, well, this is kind of big, so let me make it kind of small. I'm going to put it over here and just, okay, well, oops, that's too small. Let me just make that big. I'm going to put this over here. Okay, let me make this a little bigger. Okay, now, what? Uh-oh. What happened? She looks terrible. Okay, what can we do? What has happened here? Well, when I made this image small, it lost all that information because it just said, oh, well, I don't want to make this bigger than you need it, so I'm going to make it small. When it went to this size, of course, it looks pretty good for that size. It doesn't look bad, but it lost all that pixel information. So when I made it big again, okay, well, so long, too bad. Now, what can we do here? This goes to the entire reason why Photoshop has become non-destructive, okay, getting back to that topic. So what do we do? Let's just get rid of that because it's terrible. And let's go back to our original image. What can we do to make sure that this image is going to stay at this high resolution? Well, we're going to save it as a smart object. And what is a smart object? It's a really awesome thing. Smart object, look, now it's got a little thing here. It means that we're no longer editing this picture. We're not touching the picture. We're touching a reference of another file. Okay, this picture is now stored somewhere else. Okay, the picture is stored somewhere else. Just don't worry where it's stored, but it's stored somewhere else. If you click on it twice, if you go over here and click twice, it'll take you to the actual file, okay? But now all we're doing is working with the reference file. So if we make it small, let's do Control minus, Control T. Oops, this is such a big picture. Control T. This is not the best way to do this. This is just the way I do it. So it's the best. Okay, now let's make this small again. I'm going to hit Control plus. Control plus, plus, plus. Got all these little helpers on there. Okay, let's do that again. Oops! I made it too small. Well, I guess when I make it big, it's going to have all that, it's going to lose all that information, right? Well, of course, I think you know not. See, now we can make it all big again, and we've still got all that information. Why? Because we're no longer working with the actual file itself. We're just working with a reference file, and we can make it as big or as small as we want to relative to what that original file was. Okay, you obviously can't make it bigger than the original file, but we don't need to. So you always, when you're working with images, the first thing that I do is I stop working with that image by itself, because if you make it too small, you're stuck. You're not going to be able to make it big again. And now we're good. So there we are.